Hi, we're going to talk about the mole concept here, and let's look at number 67. Okay, let's look at the question here, and it says the molar mass, gram formula mass for the compound sodium thiosulfate Na2S2O3 is, right, and we want to find out what the correct answer is. Now, if you're looking at the question here, okay, we're looking at the molar mass, so mass, our units are expressed in grams, and it's written here, gram formula mass, and then you have the name of the compound, sodium thiosulfate. Now if you look right next to it, the formula is given and it's Na2S2O3. Now all we have to do here is look at your periodic table. Okay, and just look for the individual elements that make up this compound. So we know we've got sodium. There it is. Okay, and then we've got sulfur, and we've got oxygen. Now, all you have to do, okay, let me show you here, is write down, okay, let's write down the formula here. That's Na2S2O3. And let's break it down into its individual elements. So you have Na, you have S, and you have O. Now, going back to the periodic table, we want to find out, okay, say 1 mole of sodium is how many grams? And all we have to look at is our average atomic mass. So if you're looking here, that's 22.990. So we can write down, we can round it off to 23. Okay, and sulfur is 32.06. I can write down 32 there, and oxygen is 15.999. We can write down 16. Now the next step, once you've listed down their molar masses, you have to look at how many atoms of each element there are, and to determine that we're looking at the subscripts. Now remember, the subscripts are the little numbers right on the bottom right of each element. So that, okay, that tells us here we've got 2 atoms of sodium, so we're going to multiply it by 2 over here, 23 by 2. Sodium's got 2 here. Okay, and that's, okay, there's your 2, and we've got oxygen, you're going to multiply it by 3. Okay, and then, okay, now we're just using our calculators, so 23 times 2, that's 46. Okay, 32 times 2 is 64. And we have 16 times 3, that's 48. And your next step is we just have to add them up now. Okay, so that gives us 10, that's 18, carry 1, that's 7, 11, that's 158. Okay, and that's, our unit is 158 grams. Now remember, when we're talking about the molar mass, that's equivalent to the mass in grams of 1 mole of any substance. Okay, so in this case we're looking at sodium thiosulfate, and that tells us that 1 mole is 158 grams. So that's why we have our unit. If you look at the answer choices here, it's grams per mole. Okay, all the units. And now we've determined that 158 grams per mole is our answer. Okay, now remember, when we're talking about atoms or molecules, they're very, very tiny. So to express 1 mole of any substance, we have to look at the mass of that substance. Okay, and so the molar mass is used to determine the quantity of atoms that you have of each element or compound. Okay, now remember, if you look at the periodic table, all your atomic mass units are different. So each element has its unique molar mass. So a mole of each element is going to be different from each other. Okay, so I hope that's clear now when we're talking about molar mass. Okay, now let's go to the next number. And now we're going to talk about our moles. And I believe we're looking at 58.